What up, guys? Kevin here. Are we seeing the next BioWare? I don't even want to say that because I'm really looking forward to Dragon Age. Was it Dreadwolf? And I ain't gonna lie, I thought Mass Effect Andromeda wasn't that bad. I don't think it was that bad. But no, what I'm saying here is The Last of Us, made by Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog, uh-oh. We gotta talk. PlayStation, we gotta talk. Take a knee. Helmet's not a chair. You're doing good sales wise. Sales wise, you're doing good. I think people are going to look forward to Spider-Man 2. But let's be real, that is a licensed IP. That's not yours. Well, I think the movie rights? I don't know what it is. But at any moment, Marvel can just be like, hey, put that game on Xbox, or we don't want you making Spider-Man games anymore. But The Last of Us Part 2. Here's my rule. Video game developers, here's my rule. You cannot remake or remaster a game if the game came out after the pandemic started. Because The Last of Us Part 2, that is the next game from Naughty Dog. What was their last games? The Last of Us Part 1, the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. Before that was then Last of Us Part 2 that they're remaking. And then what? Uncharted 4. Oh, Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4, which were both two good games. But yeah, I think they're the next BioWare. I mean, all right, I'm all over the place here. I got a million things to talk about this. Let's focus on the remake. They're remaking Last of Us Part 2. Why? The game came out, again, 2020, summer 2020. It looked good then. Then they put out a PS5 patch where it runs at 60 FPS. All right, they're going to just fuck around with the lighting? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? But this is what happens when you canceled factions. Now, I haven't made a video that factions got canceled. I'm going to wait till we got definitive, like actual definitive, like, hey, sorry, this game ain't happening anymore. I keep seeing very, very reliable sources, but I'm waiting for that PlayStation blog. Sorry, we're going to cancel factions, and you're going to get Last of Us Part 2. Now, I got to come clean. I did buy Last of Us Part 1 remake, last year. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it was just a simple game. It was just a simple game with a very, like a universal premise. This infection's taking over, and you got this little girl that you don't really care for. You're just doing the mission, and of course you go across the country, and then you end up bonding, and you end up saving her life. Very simple, very just easy to root for and get sucked in. The Last of Us Part 2, just a revenge tale that characters, we don't really care for. Like, we care for them in the first game. The second game, it's just like, yeah, this is what happens in your world and happens to everybody, and now I should care about you? And especially when you make me play the person who did the thing, and I don't really care for that person. The only redeeming quality is voiced by Laura Bailey. All right, but who knows? Maybe I'll check it out. But again, that's Naughty Dog. What are you doing? What are you doing? And they're probably making Last of Us Part 3. Why? Because The Last of Us show did well. And now Naughty Dog is The Last of Us studio. I don't think they're making the next Uncharted game. I think there is an Uncharted game coming out, but I don't think they're making it. And then you look at Insomniac, they are the Marvel studio. I'm like, man, what a very talented studio. Now they're stuck making Marvel movie games. I don't care about Marvel. I don't care about superheroes. Oh, I did just watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Pretty good movie. You know what? I look forward to the next Guardians of the Galaxy game because Guardians of the Galaxy game is good. But you see what's happening here. It's all starting to make sense. Don't buy into the Jim Ryan is retiring or anything. He's not. He absolutely isn't. You know what they're doing? They're going, you know what, Jim? You're doing good. You're getting the job done sales-wise, but there is holes in the ship here that you're creating, and we need to right the ship. So your ass is out of here early next year because they bought Bungie, and all Bungie done was close or shut down games, which is insane to me. You don't know what game's going to pop off. You don't know it. Fortnite came out. And it was what? Some base builder or base defense game? It's not the Fortnite that we knew. And then what, in a last-ditch effort, they made it a battle royale and it just popped off. Could you imagine if Bungie saw that? They probably would have shut down. Like, battle royale? No, people would just go play PUBG or H1Z1. Good on you, Bungie. What's funny about that is Destiny 2 is anus. It sucks. It sucks as a live service game. Doing the most boring, mundane shit over and over and over and over again. The only thing that's good about it is every now and then I do hop in and I do enjoy the gameplay. But if that's a recipe for success, then, oh boy, that's not good. But yeah, Last of Us Part 2 remake. I mean, you're Naughty Dog. You have this aura about you, just being Naughty Dog, being the creme de la creme, being the best at what you do. And then it's like you complete The Last of Us Part 2, and it's like, okay, now we're going to make The Last of Us Part 3. I'm going to make this multiplayer game. That is a dud. Your morale drops because you spent all this time working on the game, and it doesn't pan out. And then you're going to make The Last of Us Part 3. And I worry about Naughty Dog because they only make a certain type of game. All those games are getting pretty stale now because PlayStation made those games a long time ago, and now everyone else is. And now since everyone else is, those games that are like, if you make a very great made over-the-shoulder third-person perspective single-player game, those games used to get auto 90s. They were decent, 90-plus Metacritics. But now everyone's doing them. I don't think, like, what can Naughty Dog do to make us go, holy shit, that's Naughty Dog? Because I feel like The Last of Us Part 3 is just going to be another third-person over-the-shoulder single-player game that everyone's doing now. It's one thing I worry about with Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade 2. It's like, all right, you guys are taking way too long for that game to come out. When it comes out, we're going to have a million of these type of games. Like, I don't know. In the quality bar, there's games that look so great now that suck. That just get bad scores and get panned. I don't know, man. Jim Ryan definitely had to go. I mean, if you guys can't see it, you can look at his sales all you want, but that's not his sales. That is Sean Layden's. That is whoever was in charge over at the PS4 who took risks, who took chances, said, hey, make us Bloodborne. We're going to do Ghost of Tsushima. We're going to reboot God of War, and it's going to look amazing. We're going to do Uncharted 4. We're going to make it big and epic. And then we're going to do Lost Legacy. We're going to get Final Fantasy VII Remake. We don't have that. Like, PlayStation is aware. They don't have that. What have they shown? What of the PS4 generation have they shown? Like, what makes us go, that's it? That that's that's the that's the risk taken from PS4 that paid off that I'm now seeing in PS5. I'm not seeing it. Like, the only thing I'm looking forward to, maybe I'm not looking forward to Spider-Man, but probably the next thing I'm looking forward to might be Wolverine. I like the Wolverine character. But again, PlayStation lucking out and getting that IP. So, I mean, but there's nothing special. That's going to be an Insomniac game. It's going to feel like every other Insomniac game that we play because they're pumping out so many games. We're probably going to have Insomniac fatigue. Yeah. And by the time that comes out, we're seeing like Harry Potter and all these IP do very well. We'll probably have Indiana Jones out by then. We may have borrowed IP fatigue. Like, we get it. All right, you're Indiana Jones, all this stuff. Now we got Wolverine. All right, what's next? Loki? We're going to get a Loki video game? And not the God of War Loki. I'm talking about the Avengers Loki. I don't know. It's really like PlayStation. When somebody wants a game console and they're a casual, what's immediately going to go to mind? Oh, I need to go get a PlayStation. They may know nothing about the PlayStation ecosystem, and it's just their name. They're just living off their name right now. That is their success. I bet most people buying a PlayStation 5 these days have no idea what's out on it or exactly what PlayStation themselves are doing. All they know is, oh, PlayStation 4 did really well, and I can play COD on PlayStation 5. I can play my FIFAs. I can play all these third-party games. To them, it may be the only console out there. They probably still see a Nintendo, like Switch. Oh, that's for the kids. That's for the toddlers. That's what my mom bought my little brother. I want a PlayStation. So it's kind of the opposite thing. Xbox ain't doing too well with sales, but they're doing new IP and everything else. All right, I'm just rambling on. This went from talking smack about Last of Us Part 2 remake to just being worried about PlayStation. Bravia Core. I just checked out the Bravia Core. I'm like, ooh, Gran Turismo. I can buy it for $25 or I can rent it for $19.99. All right, I gotta go. It's late. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Later.